CSN Xfinity Series qualifying at 4, NASCAR America 5:30, Sprint Cup Series final practice at 6, and then countdown to green. Xfinity Series elimination race. 4 drivers will advance from this race to Homestead Miami Speedway with a chance at the championship after this evening's race. And of course, post-race show will follow right after at 10 o'clock to talk about all of the drivers that will advance and fight for a shot at the title. And again, no drivers in the Xfinity Series are locked in yet. Everyone is fighting for points in the Xfinity Series. It's going to be a great battle. And this is Greg Biffle. Take a look at this wild ride, Jeff.
Yeah, he gets in the corner, and you see he gets loose right there, and has to correct it. Now, watch all the dust fly out from underneath the car as he gets close to the wall. That's one of the issues with this racetrack. Since the repave, when you get out of the groove, it is trouble. I mean, it just plain and simple is trouble. So when you do make a mistake, it's a good chance you're going to hit something if you can't get it slowed down quickly. As we saw yesterday, Martin Truex Jr., when he got in the wall, he just got a little bit out of the groove and made big contact.
Yeah, you think the wall's a long ways up until you get out of the black, and then it shows up. It shows up quickly.
Which is, I think, adds to the nerves for this race being the race for the cutoff before Homestead. Because what if you have a bad restart? What if you get shoved up out of the groove going into turn 1 or going into turn 3? You can lose not 3 spots. You can lose 8, 9, 10 spots because there is absolutely no grip out there.
Mike.
Well, it's interesting. You guys talk about the nerves going into this cutoff race. I had a conversation about that very topic with Joey Logano yesterday. And he said, look, it should be a stressful situation for me, but he says that's not what he's feeling. He says he's woken up every morning this week excited. He says, I just feel a sense of intensity right now. He's ready to get after it. You heard that sense of intensity after qualifying yesterday. He qualified 4th. He was asked whether or not he was happy with that. A pretty decent qualifying effort, and he said absolutely not. He wanted to qualify in the pole, obviously, but he did find the positive. He knows he'll start on the outside lane, a place that's been pretty good at this racetrack over the years, guys.
Every point does matter, as Joey Logano knows all too well. Logano on the outside of Martin Truex Jr. This was just last week.
See how much he's side drafting the 78 at his left front fender on the right rear of the 78, pulling the 78 back to him. And, you know, every point does matter. That's aggressive racing, but it picked him up a spot, and that spot could matter. That one spot, that aggressive move, could put him in a position to have a chance to win a championship.
Marty.
Rick, yesterday we documented the issues for the 78 car, Martin Truex Jr., the wreck at the end of practice, and then they had to pull out the backup car, the scramble to get that ready for qualifying, and then not passing inspection, never actually making a qualifying lap. They'll start 40th in the race tomorrow. Well, so far in practice today, another issue for the 78. Take a listen on the radio.
Right there, you got smoke coming out the right side of the ratio, Marty. Pulling out the water overflow, 450, 200.
And you hear Martin Truex Jr. saying the water was going out the water overflow, and I mean, it was shooting up for a good 5-10 minutes after it came in the garage area, but the water temps weren't that high. What happened? Well, this is a backup car. There was something in the ductwork blocking the air getting to the radiator, so that was an issue for the 78 team, so that's what happened to that. So they have since cleared that, and they're trying to diagnose if the engine was hurt because of what happened. So more problems for the 78 team just a couple of minutes into practice here.
It's been an unbelievable weekend already for the 78 team. Right at the end of practice, so I brushed the wall there, but then in turn 3 hit it very hard. That's why they had to come and get the backup car out. You see the damage to the right side.
Yeah, and then when they do get the backup car out, it's got to go through tech, and they just had all kinds of trouble. They had to make some adjustments to the nose that NASCAR didn't like, and he went through the LIS, and the rear axle didn't line up the way they went into. They went underneath, made the adjustments, but just did not have enough time to get the adjustments made. Never made a lap in qualifying.
And that's the fear, right? They never made a lap, so they had nothing to prove the 78 car was track worthy. And you see right here, obviously they have an issue. Car pushing water with no damage, and we're going to have to follow up to see what they find. You know, it seems like at 200 degrees that it shouldn't push water, so either the gauge isn't working and it's hotter than 200 degrees, or that there's something in the system, maybe a blocked water line, maybe something in the lower radiator hose that's creating a backup, and it's pressurizing the system and pushing it out the overflow.
When the tandem racing was going on at Talladega and Daytona, we got very familiar with the pressure relief valve, the PRV, when they would change the temperatures on that, so or the pressure which would allow that water to come out. That's probably a situation here where if the temperature is only 200, that's well below what they would expect it to run. There's got to be an issue there that why it's even shooting water out.
It could be. You know, what's confusing is they said they found something blocking the radiator. If that's the case, I don't understand, as Steve said, why it would push water at that low of a temperature unless the release valve is set very, very low, or somehow the temperature gauge wasn't seen quick enough, and so it showed a low water temperature reading because it had not enough water in it. Now, I find that hard to believe. I find that very hard to believe, but that is a possibility. I don't think that's the case. I think you'd have to push a lot of water before that would be the case.
So after an incredible season for the 78 team and Martin Truex Jr., they continue to get hit with problems with that car and everything about going through the chase. Logano still fastest.